Top story with breaking news coming in. National Prosecuting Authority will appeal against Oscar Pistorius' sentence. Oscar was handed down a 6-year jail term by the North Gauteng High Court for murdering girlfriend River Steenkamp. Well, we do know with regards to this news just coming in, of course, the NPA is looking to appeal that court judgment that had been handed down from the North Gauteng High Court. Initially, Oscar was not charged with murder. Upon the second trial, he was then charged with murder. He has now been handed a 6-year jail term sentence. We do know that many people on social media who had been tracking the case throughout the course felt, of course, that Oscar deserved many more years, that he should have got at least the minimum 15 or 12-year sentence for murder. Of course, many not seeming to be too happy there. Of course, Judge Masipa, in handing down her judgment, had given a very detailed description as well as interpretation as to why she was giving Oscar only 6 years for being convicted of murdering his girlfriend, River Steenkamp. Joining us for more on this, I'm now joined by law expert Mr. Alric Roux. A very good afternoon to you, sir. We thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Essentially, take us through your view in the NPA wanting to appeal the judgment, the second judgment that is, that has been handed down by the North Gauteng High Court.
Well, obviously, the prosecution feel that Judge Masipa handed down a sentence which is too lenient, and they would have considered the sentence and feel that the appeals court would hand down a harsher sentence. In my opinion, I felt that the sentence was just, but one will have to wait and see whether the Supreme Court of Appeal agrees or not. The one risk that lies in an appeal for the state is that the Supreme Court of Appeal could very well hand down a lighter sentence. So in other words, feel that the 6 years was too harsh and impose a lighter sentence, but that's obviously a risk which they would have taken into consideration and which they're happy to take.
And what sort of grounds does the NPA have in wanting to pursue and go for a higher sentence?
Well, they would have to prove they would first have to launch an application for leave to appeal to Judge Masipa. So she will hear that leave to appeal, and they would have to convince her in argument that the higher court, in other words, the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein, will come to a different conclusion. And that is the most important ground. They would obviously refer to the minimum sentence prescribed for murder, as well as all of the other mitigating and aggravating circumstances which was placed on record during the sentencing. But the first step is now to approach Judge Masipa in order to apply for application for leave to appeal. And if that is not successful, then they'll have to petition to the Supreme Court of Appeal.
Definitely. Thank you very much for giving us your views there, law expert Mr. Alric Roux. Also joining us on the phone line, giving more reaction on the story, is Myoho Matuba, ANC Women's League Secretary General. A very good afternoon to you. We thank you very much for your time. Your essential views in the NPA wanting to push forward with a harsher sentence.
As the ANC Women's League, we truly respect the decision of the family, the Steenkamp family, that says that they want closure on the matter, and for prosecution to go on with the case, it will be up to them to do that. But we still feel that justice needs to be done. We were hoping the last time for the harsher sentence. We were hoping that the minimum will be 15 years. But looking at the manner in which this case is doing to the Steenkamp family, we feel that whatever the law, whatever processes that unfold, they should be respected. It's in terms of the law, but also we respect the decision to bring this case to a complete closure. for both the Steenkamp families, those who are being affected by the violence, especially the vulnerable sectors in the community, our women, our children. We are saying that justice must be done, and it must, and at some point it has been dragging so long. It has so many memories and painful histories, not to the Steenkamp family only, but to a majority of women out there who are being abused by their partners, who are being attacked, who are being victims on a daily basis of violence.
Thank you very much for your comment there, Miyako Matuba, ANC Women's League Secretary General.